Hello and welcome to my tutorial for the upcycled dog food bags that I make on occasion. Today we are going to bust up one of these little bags. I don't know if you've seen them or not. You'll see it by the end, I guess. These bags are awesome, first of all. Second of all, they are made of like a nice tarp-like material, as you can see here. Some of them come in like a paper type material, but this one is the tarp one. It's kind of that woven type material. Yeah, tarp. Anyway, it's strong. It's awesome. Great little bag. You're gonna need something to cut it with. So I like using this cutter wheel. Scissors work just great though. This is easier for me. And then on top of that, you're just gonna need your basic sewing supplies, de-threader and such. I always like to have my knife on me, so we'll have that too. I definitely recommend washing out the bag. There's like little chunks of dog food in there, and it smells a little bit like dog food, so just wash it out. It's going to be easier right now probably than later on whenever all the pieces are cut. Turn it inside out. Really lets you get in there. But I mean, it's a dog bag, just wash it out. This doesn't really necessarily need a tutorial for this. Ooh, I want to say thank you to my sister, Valentina, for making this little dish rag for me. It's been awesome. Made it herself. It's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're just going to dry this bag off. Now that we have the dried bag, we are going to start getting our pieces cut. You can see here on the side these little blue stripes. For this bag in particular, this is just the side of the bag, and this is what I use to make the straps. We also have to figure out what sizes to cut the front, the back, the bottom, and the two side pieces. In total 5. For this bag in particular, the bag was about 14.5 inches wide, so I will also be making it 14.5 inches tall. This makes it really easy so that the sides and the height of the sides and the height of the bag are the same. I'm just making sure that there's enough material to cover all sides needed. So right now I'm measuring the front, and I want to kind of put the dog and that logo somewhere on the front, and making sure I have enough pieces, enough material for the other pieces. And then I'm just checking the back too, making sure that I have a back piece and also enough for the other two sides that I'm going to be needing. Here's kind of a diagram of what sizes we're going to need. So we're going to need the front and the back. They're going to be identical pieces. They are both going to be 14 by 14 inches. The side, the bottom piece, and the other side are going to be identical as well. They're going to be 7 by 14. I did leave a 1/4 inch seam allowance on each size, so there's going to be 14.5 by 14.5 and 7.5 by 14.5. Now I'm just going to cut the pieces up. So first we're going to go ahead and cut the side pieces off, which are going to make the straps. And then I'm going to cut the different pieces to make the side, the front, and the back. The cutting wheel really helps out a ton. I don't need to, measure and mark. I can just line it up with the ruler there and slice away. It's really good. So there's the front and the back. Those two are the same size. And I have one side and then another side. The way the bag came out is that I'm going to have to patch these two pieces together to make the bottom side, and it actually works out pretty well. And then there's a strap, and then other strap. The whole bag is being used up completely. The only thing left is going to be this little section here, and that's it. So here I'm just sewing the two bottom pieces that I'll have to patch together to make the bottom piece. Just a simple straight stitch, and then oh, that was Patrick.
What's up, dude?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Always in my face here, you know? I just want to sew. So, to lay that seam down flat, I'm just gonna run over it again with a straight stitch.
Okie
And
no promises, dude. It's my next tattoo.
Ooh.
I know.
so I'm just gonna sew this down, and there's another straight stitch there. It's almost like a flat felt seam, but just I guess not as just a simpler way of doing it, but still very strong. So I'll go ahead and do that real quick. One thing to take note with this is that this material, this tarp-like material, is really slippery. Making straight lines is actually pretty difficult. I need to find a technique for not letting it slip around as much. But it's a bag, whatever. It works. So here we're going to just start working on the straps. I like to do a double fold on it. I don't know what they call it exactly, but I don't like just doing one fold, because with these tarps, it's actually kind of like when you're holding them, like it's not as comfortable if you just do one fold. So I always do two folds. The straps are slightly thinner, but overall more comfortable. So there's one fold, and then we just fold it over again. It's a lot more comfortable, and it looks neater. And then I'm just gonna run another straight line stitch. Just everything straight line stitch. That's my life, So just run down, do a section, fold some more, do a section, fold some more. I guess you can pin it down at the very beginning if you'd like. I think it's good enough just to do it without pinning. You can probably get straighter or more even folds, but that looks pretty good to me, so that's fine. So just we're gonna do that for both of them, and then on the top of these, on the top of each section, the two sides and the front and the back, I'm going to do the same type of folds at the top of them to kind of give them a border or an edge at the top. It will also give me something that I can match up when I am sewing the side to the front or the back. Same type of thing though. This one I decided to do the fold all the way down first, so I'm just going to do the double fold over and then sew them down. So we'll just go ahead and sew them up. The tarp is kind of tricky. The tarp-like material is kind of tricky to play with, but once you kind of crease it down, if you just run your nail over it, it works out pretty well. I don't know what to say. Do what you gotta do. So after sewing it, that's kind of what it looks like. Not bad. It's good. Pretty good. Once you have all those pieces sewed, my four sides there sewn with the top, I'm gonna start attaching them to the bottom. So we want to kind of do them inverted or backwards from each other. So the bottom piece can be sewn to the back, and then so I'm now have sewn all four sides to the bottom piece, and it should look like a cross almost. Kind of showing you what it looks like there. And now we're going to sew the front to the sides. I always match up the tops and then work with the bottom, kind of make it all work at the bottom. As long as the tops are nice and neat, the bottoms can have a little bit of weirdness to it. That's probably fine. I'm not going to show all the sewing. It's just putting the sides together with a straight line stitch. Pretty simple. This is the bag with all four sides kind of up and together. It's gonna be the wrong side out, so turn it to the right side out, and we'll go from there. This material is so loud. So now with the bag right side out, what I like to do is just push out the corners and, get a really nice crease on those seams so that it really takes the shape of the bag, and so it's not just a weird blob, so it has defined corners. This really helps also when you're folding the bag and putting it away. Having these already set lines really creased in there helps out a ton. Alright, so that's what it looks like. Here I've measured the bag, and I've measured 3 inches in on each one. And that's kind of where I'm going to put a little pin there so I can see where I'm going to be sewing my strap on. Oh, I said that wrong, sorry. To where I'm going to be sewing the strap to the bag. That's better, right? Okay. Anyway, thumbs up. Alright. We're pretty much done now. So, all I'm going to do is sew the strap to the bag. In hindsight, I guess I could have done this at the very beginning, which might have been easier. Once you had the front panel cut and you put the seam on the top, might have been easier. But here I'm just going around the entire edge of it, so all 4 sides. And then from the one of the top corners, I'm going to go diagonal to the other bottom corner, like so. And then I'm going to just simply back tack there on the bottom, so the bottom's nice and strong. And then from this corner back up to the other diagonal, and that's it. Should be pretty good. These are really strong. I've never had a handle that's been a problem. I've put some of these bags with more than 50 pounds of weight on them, and they do great. So yeah, it's not bad. Overall pretty easy. The trickiest part again about all this sewing is the material that you're sewing through. It's just so slippery that it's hard to deal with sometimes, but you do what you gotta do, you know? After that, you just complete the other 3 straps and you're done. That's all it took. Here is my bag, and it's folded up nicely. I put a little piece of Velcro in there to strap it down so it stays close together. Another thing I like to do is I like to fold it and then put it under some books or something heavy, so it just really gets those creases get all up in there. This is my bag. That's it. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me, and hopefully this answered any questions that you guys have. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Just kidding. If not, you can get a hold of me wherever. If you're watching this, you probably should know how to get a hold of me. So, anyway, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.